Welcome to the John and Heidi Show podcast.
John and Heidi.
Here's John and Heidi.
Today is a special day, Heidi. Do you know what today is?
What is today, John?
I thought you'd never ask. It's Tuesday, the 5th day of February. Today is National Shower with a Friend Day. What you doing later? She's my wife, so that would probably be okay. It's also National Weather Person's Day, World Nutella Day, which we're going to come back to in a second, and Safer Internet Day in the USA. World Nutella Day. I love Nutella. You like that stuff, the hazelnut stuff?
It's fine. I wouldn't make a sandwich with it, and I know
so
people
darn good.
do, but
it is darn good stuff. So I don't know what they do to make that so good, but it's like hazelnut, kind of like peanut butter, maybe. But it's chocolatey. I don't know, good stuff. But today's the day to celebrate World Nutella Day. And speaking of nuts, we've got Tuesdays with Charlie coming up. See what I did there? Did a little thing. Tuesdays with Charlie is a thing where I call and talk to Heidi's dad. He's my father-in-law since the two of us are married. And then we just learn a little something. So going to have to ask him what he thought of the Super Bowl. I wonder if they even watched. Guess we'll find out. That's all coming up on the Tuesday edition of the John and Heidi Show.
Do you have a pretty good sense of humor? You might like this. Early in the morning each day and every day, we share something weird to make people laugh at weirdgiftoftheday.com. You don't need to sign up for anything. You don't even need to spend a penny. Just follow the page on Facebook and get a smile to start each day when we share the weird gift of the day. Not on Facebook? That's okay. You can see the weird gifts on our website too. weirdgiftoftheday.com. That's weirdgiftoftheday.com.
Time now for surveys and studies and such. A study by Ofcom, whatever that is, they found that 7 out of 10 children spend more time online than they do with friends. 7 out of 10, 70%. When I was a kid, online didn't exist, so that wasn't an option. And that sounds really funny when you say it that way. Online didn't exist. The internet didn't exist.
Right.
I think that sounds better. I sounded very out of touch for a second there. But when I was a kid, that wasn't an option, so I don't know what to compare it to, other than...
I do agree, though. I mean, they're online all the time. And
here's what I would compare it to, though. I remember when I was a kid, these things came out called video games. They were new. Mm-hmm. And I had several friends that if you wanted to spend time with them, you went to their house and you played video games. Mm-hmm. My friend Greg, I went over there all the time and played video games because that's what we did. So
right.
I think that the reason this is happening is because it's just more available than it's ever been. A lot of kids nowadays have smartphones.
Well, even when
internet right on it.
We have a 17-year-old daughter, even when she does have friends over, they're all on their phones, and every once in a while they say, "Hey, did you see that?"
Yeah, so
but they're not hanging out or talking or doing things.
Today. 7 out of 10 children spend more time online than they do with friends. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show. Credit cards. For years, I didn't use credit cards. We paid off all of our debt and we quit using credit altogether. But then our credit score went down. It was affecting our insurance rates. Not sure why, but that's tied to your credit score. I'm not suggesting you rack up credit card debt just to rack up credit card debt. But my wife and I now each use a credit card and then we pay them off every month. It's helped our credit score. But not all cards are the same. Some cards are better than others. If you'd like to find one that's the best fit for you, check out bettercreditcards.net. That's bettercreditcards.net. And this is Your Brain on Drugs. A Mississippi man is charged with drunken driving after using his all-terrain vehicle to try to pull his pickup truck off the highway. It says here, the Daily Leader reports 21-year-old Trenton Blackman of Natchez was driving his pickup Saturday night and it ran out of gas. This was on Highway 84. And it says here that he was hauling an ATV on a trailer. When the truck stopped running, he used the ATV to try to pull the truck. While he was doing that, another vehicle crashed into the empty trailer, pushing it under the truck, causing a lot of damage. Anyway, nobody was injured, thank goodness, but he did get a DUI. It was not immediately clear whether or not he had an attorney, but that's a bad idea. I hope he at least had the lights on, but probably not, because it sounds like they didn't see it and they hit it. So that's too bad. That's not good. But that is definitely what happens when your brain is on drugs.
John and Heidi.
Now, big screen, little screen, brought to you by ChannelSurferTV.com. The Fonz, Henry Winkler. He turned his childhood dyslexia into a children's book series called Here's Hank. That's cool. It's designed to help other kids with dyslexia. As to today, there's 29 different books in the series.
Oh, that's cool.
I think that's really cool. I remember watching him on TV. He was the Fonzie, Heidi.
I know who he is.
He's in the movie Click, one of my favorite movies. He's
in
Adam
lots of
Sandler's
movies.
dad.
He's a very
dude.
talented guy.
He's in Waterboy, a lot of stuff. NBC News anchor Tom Brokaw apologized on Twitter after telling Meet the Press that Hispanics need to work harder at speaking English. That was like 2 weeks ago. Why am I just finally getting to that now?
I have no idea.
The finale of This Is Us is going to get pushed back a week. It was supposed to be tonight, but now the State of the Union address is tonight. So
series finale or season?
This what did I just said? It says the finale, so I think it's just the season finale. Did I say series finale?
No, you didn't. You just said the
okay.
finale. I was just wondering.
Yeah. No, I think it's just the season finale. And I've only seen one episode of that, and I want to see more of it, but my wife won't watch it with me. She's like, I don't want to watch that.
I don't need to watch something that's going to make everybody
that
cry.
I know that watched it, they're like, oh, crying so much. What a great show. And Heidi's like, I don't want to see that.
No.
All right.
I'm good.
Your scoop of the day is on the way.
Join us in Las Vegas for 80s in the Desert. Hear awesome 80s music from Scandal, featuring Patti Smythe, A Flock of Seagulls, Richard Page of Mr. Mister, Tony Lewis from The Outfield, Pretty Poison, Thomas Dolby, and more. Also, meet people from your favorite 80s movies, like Robert Hayes from Airplane, E.G. Daily from Valley Girl, and more. May 3rd and May 4th. Get more info now at 80sinthedesert.rocks. Use promo code RADIO to save $25 per ticket.
Now your scoop of the day, brought to you by FunkyMonkeyShirts.com. A video has gone viral of an Arizona donut shop dancing Cupid donutgram. They feature an overweight man wearing nothing but a diaper and some Cupid wings, and he'll deliver donuts to your sweetheart.
Well, that's super.
Would you want that if I had somebody do that?
I'm trying to lose weight. Last thing I need is some big guy in a diaper delivering me donuts.
Got a dozen donuts for you. Amazon CEO Jeff Bezos, he's in the news almost every day now. Have you noticed that? Up until the divorce, I think he was in the news maybe once a month.
Yeah.
He's in the news all the time now. He launched an investigation into leaked text messages to his girlfriend. So he's trying to figure out who could have shared these text messages.
Maybe your ex-wife.
I'm just thinking, it's
the one
from
you cheated on.
They're from you and they're to her. If you didn't share them, you had to launch an investigation?
Well,
I'm pretty sure she probably shared them.
Why would she?
I don't know, but I'm saying if
his ex-wife probably got a hold of the phone records and is like, oh, hell no.
I don't know.
I would. I'd be, oh, you better just keep that in mind, mister. I would be the most vindictive, horrible woman.
Oh, yeah. What would change is what I'm asking. She's not my friend on Facebook anymore. So. In other news, something to change the subject. Prince Harry was spotted in a London pub, left his pregnant wife at home and went to the pub.
So what?
So well, if he was there, like every night for a month or something.
It would have been a worse story if they were both at the pub and she's pregnant.
Oh, yeah. Then they would have said, pregnant Duchess Meghan at pub. The FBI busted a massive sex trafficking ring at the Super Bowl in Atlanta. I'm glad they busted that, but how sad is it that that's going on?
It's disgusting.
Yes, it is. KFC, the chicken people, Kentucky Fried Chicken, they're now selling a new sandwich that is made with with fried chicken and Cheetos.
Oh, my God.
What is going on there? I don't understand. How is it that I think they're owned by the same company, aren't they?
I don't know, but that's disgusting.
I say, how are Cheetos getting involved? Because they were also at like another restaurant, Taco Bell, not so long ago.
Or something.
So I think that they're all in the same family of companies,
that's
or the
disgusting.
same whatever you call it, ownership, whatever. I think that's what's going on there. But either way, if you're interested, a new sandwich made with fried chicken and Cheetos, that does not sound appealing to me. Does that sound like something you would want?
No.
You're not going to go out of your way to get that? Then?
No.
It was quite chilly this last week in the Midwest, and a post office mail truck burst into flames in Kansas City. So, it says here the driver of the mail truck was revving the engine, trying to get out of a snow patch. They were stuck in the snow, and the post office truck burst into flames. Post office says the driver is okay. I wonder if the mail burned up inside of there. Or if it was like all still stuck in the engine compartment, I don't know. The flames were, it doesn't say in the story, but now I kind of wonder. And it was a week ago today, we shared a story about a cuddly, snuggly little bear that saved a child that was out in the woods. Remember this?
Okay,
There was a bear. Or there was a kid lost in the woods.
And the bear kept him warm. And
nobody saw the bear, but everybody,
but
the kid said, hey, a bear saved me. I'm reading online, some people think it was Bigfoot that was there.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure.
But it was a positive bear story.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now we got another story here. A video has gone viral of a bear stealing a package off the porch in Reno, Nevada. What in the world? I wonder what was in that package. You think it was food? Or you think that bear wanted a new
not. I think the bear
something?
just saw a box and was curious and picked it up.
That is just the craziest thing ever. You'd never expect. If you come home and your package is gone,
you would think
last thing.
Yeah, you wouldn't say a bear must have taken it.
Doggone it, Yogi. Stealing my picnic basket. So there you go.
That's amazing.
That's interesting. That happened in Reno, Nevada. I've got a link to all of these stories in our show notes at johnandheidishow.com.
Do you have IRS tax problems? Are they keeping you up at night? Afraid to open your own mail or even answer your telephone? If your tax problems are affecting your family life, you need to know you have options. You have rights. And we'll make sure you get them. Call and speak with Mike Habib, the tax expert who will handle your case at 877-78-TAXES or online at myirs.taxrelief.com. That's 877-78-TAXES or myirs.taxrelief.com.
And it's time right now for my favorite program, something we do every Tuesday just because we can. We pick up the phone and we call my father-in-law for a little thing we like to call Tuesdays with Charlie.
Tuesdays with Charlie on the John and Heidi Show.
How you doing, Charlie?
It's a cold Tuesday morning.
Well, it is February, so and you live in Iowa.
So nice yesterday.
The Super Bowl ended with one of the lowest scores ever, didn't it?
Yes, and I didn't even watch any of it.
You didn't watch any of it? We did watch some of it. We weren't planning to, but we had some friends that were doing little chili cook-offs, so we went for the chili and kind of got the game for free, you know?
There you go.
So what kind of cool stuff we can learn about today?
Okay, let's start with this here. Personality has a larger effect on success than IQ.
I could see that.
Yeah, absolutely. Mm-hmm. I've met some really smart people that have bad personalities, and then they wonder why they can't get ahead in life. Well, it's because you treat people bad.
Mm-hmm.
Well, then you look at me and I'm dumber than a post, but boy, do I have personality.
Oh, you're not dumber than a post. You teach us stuff every week.
My staff looks it up, though. That's how bad it is. Hey, then did you know, I think I told you this years ago, that Walt Disney was a secret informant for the FBI for the last 26 years of his life?
Yeah, you told us that.
How does that work? A little guy that hides behind bunny rabbits and stuff.
Hides behind bunny rabbits.
You might be thinking of mouses, but yeah.
Well, that too.
Mouses, John.
Oh, mices.
This goes to show you. Personality means more than IQ.
Hey, then this is coming up here pretty soon, April 15th. It's a little ways away, yeah.
Tax day, yeah.
Do you know there's a lot of really crappy things that happen on April 15th?
Oh, yeah, the Titanic sank and Lincoln was shot, and we have to pay taxes every year, so yeah.
God, you got it right down to what I was going to tell you.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You know what that date has become known as?
Tax day?
National Sucks Day.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Huh.
I agree.
I hate paying taxes.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to quit paying them. At least I get 3 squares a day. Hey, then, you guys are probably in this. Well, no, you're not either, but you're close. According to a UK poll, that's done across the pond, you know.
Yeah.
1 in 10 pet owners secretly love their pet more than their significant other.
Oh, no kidding. I love my pet, but I love my wife more. What about you, Heidi?
Don't answer that. Don't answer that.
Depends on the day.
I'm pretty sure she'd pick the dogs over me every day.
No, I wouldn't.
Oh, don't kid yourself, John. You're third because you got 2 dogs.
Yeah, I know. Exactly.
Hey, then, do you know what a manatee is?
Yeah, it's the sea cow.
Okay. They regulate their buoyancy by storing and releasing their
No kidding.
Really?
Huh.
Be like a little motorboat across there. You let her go too soon.
You're going to try that next time you go swimming, aren't you?
Yes, I am. I'll store your buoyancy.
He went from the shallow end to the deep end in 2 seconds.
I got one last thing here for you. This
All right.
is kind of a short list today.
All right, what do you got?
You like avocados?
I actually just discovered that I do. I had never tried them until recently, but I do like avocados.
Ugh,
Or
I don't.
avocados.
they're terrible.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Where does the word come from?
Where does the word come from?
It's an Aztec word that means testicle.
Really?
probably what they taste like, if you ask me.
No, it's probably what they look like in that. I was going to say wrapper. That's not the right thing. In the skin, I'm not sure.
Like something else that's in the skin too. That's what it tastes like.
Yeah, apparently. Yeah. Well, are you ready for a question from us?
Oh, sure. I'm on top of it.
Now, you've probably heard of Mark Twain. He's one of the most popular writers of all time. Did you know that he dropped out of school? He didn't even finish school?
Yes, he did.
How old was he when he dropped out of school? Do you know?
I'm going to guess 10.
You're real close. He was 12. 12 years old.
So close.
Yeah, you were very close.
Is that when he painted the fence white then?
I don't know if he...
Oh, that wasn't him. That was...
He talked someone else into doing that.
You talked to him. I'll give you $1 if you paint that.
Well, as always, it's a pleasure to talk to you, Charlie. We'll chat with you next week.
Well, if it's warmer, I'll talk to you. Otherwise, I'm not going to talk to you.
Okay.
Oh.
Well, we kind of got our own Groundhog's Day thing going here, don't we?
There you go.
If Charlie sees a shadow, it's 2 more weeks of winter. Well, Charlie, have a great day. We'll talk to you then.
Bye, Daddy.
Bye, Fluff. Bye, John.
Bye-bye. My father-in-law right there. We talk to him every Tuesday just because we can. It's a little program we like to call Tuesdays with Charlie. Credit cards. For years, I didn't use credit cards. We paid off all of our debt and we quit using credit altogether. But then our credit score went down. It was affecting our insurance rates. Not sure why, but that's tied to your credit score. I'm not suggesting you rack up credit card debt just to rack up credit card debt. But my wife and I now each use a credit card and then we pay them off every month. It's helped our credit score. But not all cards are the same. Some cards are better than others. If you'd like to find one that's the best fit for you, check out bettercreditcards.net. That's bettercreditcards.net. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Flamingos are pink because they eat too much shrimp. Yeah, you might think that they're born
They
pink.
do?
Yeah, they're not pink when they're born. It says they eat pink shrimp. They're born gray, and they turn pink because of all of the pigment in the pink shrimp.
Really?
Yeah. It says they obtain this through their main food source, brine shrimp, which is something they feast on. And the shrimp eats microscopic algae that turns them pink, so the pink just keeps moving on down the food chain there. So,
well, that's fascinating.
Flamingos are pink because they eat pink shrimp. Today's fun fact on the John and Heidi Show.
Join us in Las Vegas for 80s in the desert. Hear awesome 80s music from Scandal, featuring Patty Smythe, A Flock of Seagulls, Richard Page of Mr. Mr., Tony Lewis from The Outfield, Pretty Poison, Thomas Dolby, and more. Also, meet people from your favorite 80s movies, like Robert Hayes from Airplane, E.G. Daily from Valley Girl, and more. May 3rd and May 4th. Get more info now at 80sinthedesert.rocks. Use promo code RADIO to save $25 per ticket.
Now, fear this. Time for fun with phobias. Today's phobia. I can't talk, Heidi. Dinophobia. Dinophobia. What do you think dinophobia is?
I have no idea.
Fear of dizziness. Never would have guessed that. I would have thought maybe fear of dinosaurs.
Yeah.
Dinophobia?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know where that root word
Dizziness.
comes from.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't make these things up, folks. I just read them on the radio, and I don't even do a good job at that most days. Dinophobia. Today's fun with phobias.
Do you have a pretty good sense of humor? You might like this. Early in the morning each day and every day, we share something weird to make people laugh at weirdgiftoftheday.com. You don't need to sign up for anything. You don't even need to spend a penny. Just follow the page on Facebook and get a smile to start each day when we share the weird gift of the day. Not on Facebook? That's okay. You can see the weird gifts on our website too. weirdgiftoftheday.com. That's weirdgiftoftheday.com.
Now, your weird news brought to you by weirdgiftoftheday.com. According to Kansas City Police, the popular board game Monopoly is supposed to be bringing families together, but in this case, it did the exact opposite and left a person in need of stitches. Wow. I've heard of games going, out of control, like your dad threw a board game across the
room
one day. So it turns out this here did not go real well. Police say a victim was playing Monopoly with his cousins when they engaged in an argument. The cousin's girlfriend hit the victim and shoved him into a mirror. He required stitches. It says here he fled the scene of the crime. No arrests have been made, bringing a whole new meaning to the loathe Monopoly go to jail square. It says fighting over the game of Monopoly is not an uncommon predicament for friends and family. According to a study from 2017, 50% of surveyed 1,000 people who played board games said that they have fought while playing that game. So it's not necessarily a game to bring people together.
No, definitely
50% of the time, it ends bad all of the time. So there you go. It's today's Weird News, brought to you by WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com.
John and Heidi.
Now, your moment of duh, brought to you by FunkyMonkeyShirts.com. Authorities say a 74-year-old woman drove into the lobby of a funeral home. That's kind of sad.
Oh.
Nobody was in the funeral home, thank goodness, so nobody was hurt. There were people in there, but nobody in the area that she crashed into. It says firefighters were called to this funeral home at about 8:50 in the morning. A woman had dropped somebody off at the funeral home and was going back to park the vehicle, and she hit the gas instead of the brake.
Oh, no.
Bounced over a curb, struck a column outside the building. The car continued to accelerate through the funeral home's front doors into the lobby. Two people were near the lobby, but nobody was in the actual vicinity. So thank goodness nobody got hurt. She struck a gas fireplace, causing a pipe to break. So there's a gas pipe leaking gas. That's not good. So they had to shut off the gas to the building, and she had to be taken to a hospital for minor injuries. The crash remains under investigation. That is sad stuff. But it's today's moment of duh. Credit cards. For years, I didn't use credit cards. We paid off all of our debt and we quit using credit altogether. But then our credit score went down. It was affecting our insurance rates. Not sure why, but that's tied to your credit score. I'm not suggesting you rack up credit card debt just to rack up credit card debt. But my wife and I now each use a credit card and then we pay them off every month. It's helped our credit score. But not all cards are the same. Some cards are better than others. If you'd like to find one that's the best fit for you, check out bettercreditcards.net. That's bettercreditcards.net. Now, these three things. Tell me, Heidi, what do these three things have in common? Baseball, horseshoes, and bars. Bars. Baseball and horseshoes. If you know the answer, folks, shout it out so you sound real smart.
I don't know. What is it?
All involve pitchers. Baseball pitchers.
Pitchers of beer.
Horseshoe pitchers. And pitchers of beer. Three things. Baseball.
Horseshoe pitchers I would have not gotten.
Yeah, because they pitch the horseshoe.
Yeah, I wouldn't have put that together.
There you go. Well, you didn't. That's the these three things. Thanks for listening to The John and Heidi Show.
John and Heidi.
This portion of The John and Heidi Show is brought to you by The John and Heidi Show. That sounds kind of funny, but it's true. Go to your local radio station and ask them to start carrying The John and Heidi Show. Here's the best part. They can carry the show for free. They play a couple commercials, but it doesn't cost them anything every month. So if you know a radio station that could use a little bit of help, send them our way. Send them to johnandheidishow.com. Again, johnandheidishow.com. We would love to do a radio program in your community. Then you could listen to the podcast and listen to us on the radio.
John and Heidi.
We always like to wrap things up around here with good news, and I think this is good news. It comes your way courtesy of WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. Here's a headline. When fast food restaurants encourage obese man to lose weight, he loses 140 pounds in 15 weeks.
Whoa.
Isn't that crazy?
What did he do?
So, Save Disby. Obesity is killing him. Do not serve this man. They put posters at these places. An obese man has lost 140 pounds in 15 weeks, partially thanks to his favorite fast food restaurants rallying together to stop serving him. Darren Disby McClintock weighed 560 pounds. His doctors gave him an ultimatum. You either need to diet or you're going to die. A personal trainer got behind him. The 28-year-old man, and this happened in England, has drawn up a new lease on life now, and he ties his own laces and wears a seatbelt now, and he actually fits in a bathtub and can ride a bicycle. He recently went to the cinema for the first time in years and booked his first holiday abroad in half a decade. He hasn't been able to fly because he didn't fit in the seats.
Wow.
560 pounds. He says his new regimen, which has included swapping soda for protein shakes and sweets for pineapples, has saved his life. He says, my life has turned around in the last 15 weeks. I can actually go out and I can do things that normal people can do, but take for granted. My body aches, but I still feel so much better because I'm eating properly and I'm working out every day. Every aspect of my life has improved for the better. Obviously, I'm physically fitter. I'm much happier as well, and I used to be depressed and sad. He's still a big guy, but he's,
yeah,
a
he's
whole
getting
lot.
there, and good for him.
And he's working on it, and again, he's lost.
Wow,
keep in mind,
15 weeks is all.
Yeah, 140 pounds in 15 weeks. So that's about, well, if it was 14 weeks, that'd be 10 pounds a week. So it's right around 10 pounds a week. So unbelievable. But again, he started at 560 pounds and, just a short while ago. And I think it's amazing that fast food restaurants that were serving him are the ones that said, we'll help you. We won't serve you anymore. When you come here, we're going to tell you no. And it doesn't say whether or not he had to be told no much, but I think it's really cool. I have a link to that story if you're interested.
Well, that probably even deterred him from going in because he didn't want to be embarrassed in front of anybody. I
got to drive to a different town to get it. So, I think it's cool. It's a cool story. I've got a link to it in the show notes at johnandheidishow.com. Time to say goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, everybody. Have a great day. Thank you for listening to the John and Heidi Show on a Tuesday.